Justin Horwitz with you on Friday night here at the Meadowlands. My In the Sulky guest is Brett Miller, our back-to-back winner, FinTech Driver of the Week. The hottest driver in harness racing as the temperatures get cold. Enters tonight second in the driver standings. 4 wins behind Yannick. Not bad for your first year at the Meadowlands. Did you ever think that it would be this good, this fast when you decided to make the move to the Meadowlands?
No, not at all. You know, I was just hoping coming out here I could make a living. And it's definitely went way beyond what I expected.
Now, you were top dog at the Meadows and doing well out there. What finally made you decide that you wanted to come out to the Meadowlands and try to race on sport's biggest stage?
Well, at the end of the year, a trainer from Pocono come into the Meadows named Brewer Adams. And he was, had me on all his horses, and we were doing very well. And he said, you gotta give it a shot. You got to come out to Pocono. And, he kept asking me, and my wife and I, we talked it over, and we gave it a shot, and here we are.
And, yeah, it's worked out pretty well for you. You had 10 wins last week, including one on Rock-Eyed Optimus. You picked up that drive with Tim Tetrick over in Australia for the World Driving Championship. The sub-26 last quarter, This horse was, as they say, vicious last week. What'd you think of him? Yeah,
exactly. He, he's a big, strong horse, and Timmy told me, he says, you're going to like him a lot, and he wasn't kidding. I was shocked that he paced home 25-4, and honestly, he did it pretty easy. He, I came first over into some slow fractions, which helped, but, the horse was pacing very strong at the wire.
We see him here. He's in the Sun Sam final against Major Uptrend. What do you make of his chances in that showdown?
Major Uptrend is he's very fast. My situation is I just hope Major Uptrend gets raced a little bit. If Major Uptrend, gets easy fractions, he's going to be real hard to beat. I'm hoping that they mix it up a little bit, and if they do, my horse has got a real shot.
Another one that's been very good for you, another win last week, Empress Dayo for Wayne Givens. She goes for the series sweep in the Burning Point final. What's been the most impressive thing about her?
Wayne has done some kind of job with this horse. When she first came here, she definitely showed that she had a lot of ability, but just here in the last few starts, she's really turned around. And Wayne's he's got her super sharp right now.
Now, those are 2 good horses you have, but you have so many good ones. The 10 wins last week, what I thought was most impressive, you won for 9 different trainers to get those 10 wins. And I hear you're getting ready to move full-time to New Jersey to become a resident of the Garden State. So sorry to your competitors for that. You're not going anywhere. But how important has been all that support that you've been getting from not just 1 or 2 trainers, but quite a few?
Yes, exactly. When coming over here, you never know how things are going to go, and getting the drive for so many people, that's a huge advantage. There's times when you have 2 horses in the same race, and I've been pretty lucky, of picking the right one. And you got to have a lot of luck on your side also.
Now, anyone who's ever watched you drive, even going all the way back to the beginning, it was no doubt that you had tons of talent, but you had some demons that you had to work through. What finally clicked in your mind or worked for you that got you kind of over the hump and got you, focusing more on harness racing?
Honestly, I had a suspension. I served a 1-year suspension. I went to work for a guy named Dan Daly down at the South Florida Trotting Center, and he worked me to death. He made me appreciate, what I had, how much money I was making. And we would start at, like 7 in the morning, but we wouldn't get done about 5 or 6 at night. And it was hard. It was hard work.
Yeah, well, it's great to see that, you've got your head on the right way. What's your biggest goal now in 2015? Because it seems like with the start that you've had, and just seems like everything's kind of lining up for you, knock on wood. What's the number 1 goal now for you?
Honestly, just hopefully stay healthy and just keep doing what I'm doing. It'd be great to, latch on to like a real good stake horse. Obviously my goal is to win, a major race.
So we know you're real busy on the racetrack, and you've got 3 kids, you've got a wife, and I was talking to your wife earlier today. She actually said that you're boring. That's all you do is harness racing and family, that you're really not that exciting anymore. So what is life like for you away from the track?
just for the record, I used to not be boring.
Right, right. And she said those were stories not appropriate for TV, so we just said you're boring now.
Yeah, she's probably right. Yeah, about all I do now is harness racing and taking care of the kids. That's about it.
Well, that should keep you plenty busy. Now, everyone knows your cousin is Dave Miller, the Hall of Famer. How close are you guys? What's your relationship like with him, and how important has he been for you in your career and also off the track?
He's family. We love each other, and it's great getting a race here and seeing him, every night, and then getting a race against him. But coming out here and being with him and seeing him every night, it's awesome.
So let's go back to the early days, mid-'90s. You're coming up in the sport. You're also training a stable of horses. Good thing you made the move to become the driver full-time. But I want to bring up a couple names from the past. John Lee and Walter Case at Northfield Park. How important were those two in your development?
Definitely. John Lee, he had a 60-horse stable. He didn't have like high-priced horses, but all the horses he had, they were very well classified. And at one point, he started putting me on his horses. I started driving all his horses. And John Lee, he was like a second dad to me. I love the guy. And Walter Case Jr., he taught me a lot. And honestly, the salute thing, that's from Walter Case Jr. He always wanted me to keep it going.
That's very interesting. I don't know that too many people know this. I know people probably don't know this one either. I've heard you've got kind of a love-hate relationship with cell phones, as in that you love to hate them because it seems like you always forget them, and then you've got to pick up some of those drop phones when you leave it at home. How many phones do you think you've left at home or forgotten on your way to the track?
I've lost count. I'm terrible with phones. I'm definitely not a cell phone person. I tend to forget it quite often just because I really don't like talking on the phone.
But now that you got all these trainers wanting your services, you got to be available for them now.
Yeah, that's true.
You're also a big Howard Stern fan, a Breaking Bad fan, and I'm told that you also have the best dance moves of any driver in the driver's room. You starred in the Harlem Shake video at the Meadows a couple of years ago. Where did the dance moves come from? Who's your teacher on those?
You know what? When I was about 10 years old, David Miller's mother, she got me breakdancing lessons. So I took.
Is there a video of those?
Ever since then, I've enjoyed dancing.
Well, that's very good to know. So you got dance moves, you're winning races in bunches, you're here at the Meadowlands. We're really happy to have you here. You've really made things exciting this winter. Continued success. Thanks for joining us tonight on In the Sulky.
Thank you so much. I enjoy being here.
Very good. You have 2 wins last night, 10 drives tonight. We'll see you in the winner's circle this weekend.